Hello, this is Ingrid Auer. I'm from Austria. Maybe maybe from my Facebook site. You know me from my homepage. I'm a spiritual teacher, and I'm working with angels, ascended masters, with Lemurian goddesses, with Mary Magdalene. And today, I would like to introduce you to a very nice friend of mine, to Maya Boston from Western Australia. Yeah. Hello, Maya.
Hello, Ingrid. How wonderful to see you here.
Yeah. We like that. We like the internet because there is no distance between us, and we can
Exactly.
communicate from one continent, from Europe to Australia. This is what I really appreciate. This is part of our time. This is part of our life, and I would like to ask you. Tell us with some words who you are, what you're doing, what's your life purpose. It's a very intensive word, but maybe you can tell with a few words about yourself.
Sure. I've been a gong sound practitioner for more than 11 years now, and I love working with sound. And I work with gongs and sound in a very particular way. I also am a spiritual teacher, and in the past I have worked with crystals, and I have facilitated many retreats and events over the years, and workshops. So yeah, just following my heart, and yeah, and just going where I'm being guided to go.
Yeah. So we are all working on shifting human consciousness, shifting our own consciousness, of course, but also to support other people to shift their consciousness. Do you know when you did consciously open up for your own spirituality?
Well, I would have to say that I have been open since I know myself, and it has been quite a journey in understanding the world around me and the way the world functioned, as opposed to what I know on the inside of me. So I can't really pinpoint a time, except to say that perhaps maybe about 15 years ago is when I made a conscious decision to actually start classes and teaching other people. And then the gongs came in over probably about 11 and a half years ago. The gongs came in, and that was really when I came into my life's purpose of what I felt I needed to do in this lifetime.
In my life, it was a little bit different. I grew up in a very traditional Roman Catholic surrounding, and it was very, for me, narrow-minded, and it took me, I think, 20 or 30 years to get out of this. And after this, I got into my own life purpose, and I do this since 20 years, channeling essence symbols as spiritual tools for supporting people on their way to their own consciousness. So it's interesting. When I was little, I was connected, and after this, I was more focused on not technical, logical things, let's say logical things. And I always didn't feel well being disconnected. I was not really disconnected from the angels, but they didn't have a real place in my life. It came later, in the early 30s, yes. Yeah, it's interesting how people have that different ways to live their spirituality, or to get into a conscious spirituality. It's always very interesting. I like to hear the stories. So my next question is, you're working with sound and light. You already mentioned. What do you think why are these kind of frequencies are so important, especially in our time? What do you think? The sound and the light and the frequencies, what are they doing?
Yes, I do work with light and sound, and for me, light and sound are the two creative frequencies of the universe. In ancient teachings, they tell us at first there was light, and then there was sound, and ancient teachings teach us that primordial sound, was the first sound, and then for me the gongs produce that very primordial sound. So they're very intrinsic to humans, because humans are more than 80% water. So of course the sound is working very well with our bodies. And these frequencies help us to bring us into a better balanced state of being, and begin to reconnect us to the original blueprint within our DNA, which did respond to light and sound very well.
So this is also it has also healing purpose, I think.
Yes, yes.
How do we work if someone is sick or ill or something like this, and he comes to you, or are you working also online? It's not good because the sound is the technique well enough?
I work with them online, yes, and a lot of it is sound, but also the energy behind the sound, which I'm transmitting to them through our lovely technology on the internet.
Yeah. So if someone has a physical problem, he comes to you and you do you do this intuitively, or are there special practices how to use, for example, if someone has heart problems or something like this? Is that a special technique, or do we work totally intuitively?
I work intuitively, and my sessions kind of evolve organically, because I am tuning into the person and what they require at that point in time. And I know that sound is very beneficial to many people with physical ailments, because I specifically like my work with cancer patients, and that there is a particular organization here that is like my chosen charity, and I go and do the gong sound bath for them once a month. And I know that people say that it helps them with pain management, it helps them with their blood pressure levels, it helps them with heart rate, it helps them to de-stress. So there's many benefits to working with sound and light. And I keep saying sound and light, because for me, when I'm working with the gongs, the way that it works for me is that I feel like I'm channeling an energy, because I really feel an intenseness, an intensity around my crown chakra, and then I begin to feel very warm, and that energy drops down into my heart, and what I begin to hear is like the song that is specific to that individual that I am playing for. Or if it's a group energy, and there is a specific song that comes through for that group. And so basically, when you're listening to my gong sound bath, you are hearing the song of my heart, because the energy is being translated from the light codes that I'm receiving into sound frequencies that resonate with the human body so well.
So I realized that the combination of your work and my work is very nice. I have some friends, they do work with singing bowls. It's different to your work. But they realize if they use, for example, my angel aura essence or my master aura essence, the energy is multiplying. I don't know if this is the right word. So I think the co-creation or the co-work of spiritual and alternative techniques, this is what we can do now to increase the vibration, to connect people with their own consciousness, with their own soul. And yes, it is a nice experience that each of us has his own path, his own life purpose, as we spoke before. And the combination of this sometimes makes, wow, yeah. Sometimes
yes,
it's too much for a person because so much energy, so much frequency is sometimes like this, but sometimes it can be an initiation. If someone is open and has maybe disconnected from his spiritual guides, not really, you can't disconnect, but with his mind or consciousness is disconnected. Sometimes if you make a combination of both or just use one, yeah, and this is what I experience, to combine and to check what's the best for the one client, what's the best for the other client. And there are so many ways to get healing or to start your own healing process. We are initiates. Is this word correct in English? I don't know. We do the initiation or to start, help to start. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. We're helping them take their first steps.
Absolutely.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
And sometimes they are on their journey, but they just get stuck.
Mm-hmm.
And they just need a little bit of a nudge to keep moving forward. Yeah.
Small kick. We don't want to say the kick where the kick. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's amazing. I realize that the consciousness of human beings now is shifting enormously, and within a very short time, and people are opening up themselves and say, oh my gosh, now I realize who I am, now I realize what's my life plan, now I realize what the angels are, how I can work together with them, and now I realize what music is, high frequencies, because they don't have to think, they just have to feel. And think this is very important for your clients and for your work, that you don't have to explain, they don't have to know anything or to learn by heart, because as soon as people learn by heart, they are in their mind and forget to feel and feel the vibrations.
So we don't always need to know why or how. If we just trust and we're open, then it just begins to happen for us. And sometimes that's the best way, instead of having to understand every little aspect of the process.
I also think this is the new energy. The old energy is learning per heart, understanding everything, analyzing, and all this stuff. But to feel, to jump into the experience, this is for me the energy of the new time, or the new energy, and we will experience more and more of this. And it's really an interesting time, and I'm so excited to be part of this. And I'm really happy that we have met each other at the Crying events. Have you been in Mount Shasta? I think Mount Shasta was our first connection, at least.
Yes. That's a few years ago now. And then but when we meet, and you meet soul family, and you connect straight away, and this is where the synchronicity comes in, and we're already on the same page, and we're moving forward, and it's great.
And we're working on shifting the consciousness. So you do very nice webinars. I will put your link to my
Oh,
Facebook
thank
site, so people can connect you with you, that people can learn more about you, to visit your webpage. So today I would like to say thank you, dear Maya. It was a pleasure to be my guest, and we will stay connected. Thank you so much.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much, Ingrid. And I look forward to all the things that we co-create. And it has been my absolute honour and pleasure to have been here with you today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.